Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yesterday, after the 4.5 days and 15 votes to find a speaker, we started with our business by passing rules. The Republican rules and first day's activities were to help the rich and the powerful avoid taxes. The government, like any entity, just like any business, has to have revenue. And when people don't pay their fair share, they're cheating. They're committing crimes. They're defrauding their fellow citizens because their fellow citizens either have to pay more money to make up the difference or they don't get services that they otherwise would be provided through the government. By revoking all of those monies to the IRS to hire new employees, they are giving wealthy corporations and wealthy individuals like Donald Trump, who had only one auditor looking at his return, which was not looked at within the time period it was supposed to be looked at under the law or the policy of the government at the time. They're giving those people an open door to continue to make their IRS payments, really not payments, but their first offers. And that's what they do. It's not filing your return, it's filing your first offer. So if they get away with that, which I don't think they will in the Senate, they are depriving the middle class, who they said they were trying to support, services and fairness, and that the middle class will have to pay more money because it's the wealthy and the higher corporations that get away with fraudulent returns. Then they're talking about banning or protesting through H-Con Res 3 violence against pro-life centers, anti-abortion centers. I hope everybody in the House is against violence against those facilities, but there's nothing in there about violence against Planned Parenthood or abortion provider facilities. Both are equally as anti-American and wrong as the other, but there's nothing about that. So we're seeing a very slanted agenda, and there's no opportunity to amend that resolution, even though they've talked about an amendment process to give everybody opportunity. It's really kind of transparency-ish, but not transparency and not open-ish. Openness, it's open-ish. You've got to look closely at what's going on here. There's a lot of things that look good on the front, but really aren't fair and right to the majority of people. Much of what's projected here is to try to maintain the status quo. And in the name of freedom, it's the freedom of people not to comply with federal government laws and regulations. It's the freedom to basically live independent of the law and independent of the federal government, and attempts to starve the federal government of the revenues it needs. The bill yesterday would increase the debt by over $100 billion. That's not fiscal conservativeness, that's trying to starve the federal government. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman yields back. The chair